Share new innovations with us.
Learn innovation. Enjoy knowledge. Know new trends.
สวัสดีค่ะ everyone. Welcome everybody to PSU Hatyai to Global Business. I am อาจารย์นานาค่ะ
I'm Arno.
And I am อาจารย์เกมครับ Today we have a special guest ครับอาจารย์ทิติพรครับ
Welcome. So as you know that we are monthly podcast นะคะ so our radio show delivering bold dialogues with the business heavyweight and industry leaders to assist you นะคะ you as an audience นะคะ to hear our happening and also we're gonna offer you a great features and also like inspiring guest speaker like อาจารย์หญิง today นะคะ and before anything let me share our school achievement as usual, okay, from recently what we have done so far. To be honest, guys, so many things we have done so far, so great achievements as well that our Faculty of Management Science has been achieved. Allow me to just give you like consider like a several great achievement, no? Like a highlights, all right? I can't actually cover everything, otherwise it's gonna exceed more than like 2 hours, 3 hours,นะคะ. So let's start with the achievements, like what we received, like awards recently from PSU Pride, no? PSU Pride, we call Pride of PSU 2023. We have events that conducted on the 13th of March,นะคะ, that our university actually organizes annually, and university tried to recognize the outstanding contributions of the faculty and also staff as well and also students,นะคะ, that had contribute on the positive impact to society, or I call as a societal impact, and this year our FNS staff actually I said exact word 21 recipients, our faculty member received the award, more than 10 awards. And we have a total of like 37 students, activists,นะคะ, that create a lot of positive societal impact as well. And one of the students received the outstanding award. So let me go through like really quick that I just like to mention each individual's award recipient,นะคะ. อาจารย์หญิง อาจารย์ Arno, อาจารย์เกม you can jump in if you like to explain further what's this award like, นะคะ. So let me probably start with the first one, that this is actually a group award, okay? This award is from the project that calledนครหาดใหญ่บนฐานทุนทางวัฒนธรรมตามอัตลักษณ์ของชุมชน it's really, this is like a city. It's basically like a provincial level kind of events,นะคะ, and definitely create a lot of the economic impact, societal impact,นะคะ. So these have done with the great researchers, our own faculty members, but also including one of the ผู้ช่วยนะคะศาสตราจารย์ดร.จุมพลนะคะ Assistant Professor ดร.จุมพลนะคะชื่นจิตสิรินะคะ from Faculty of Law. He's himself as a project leader and lead another 7 of faculty members, which is Dr. สิริวิทย์ อิสโร อาจารย์ดวงธิดาพัฒโน and อาจารย์นัฐการรัตพันธ์ผู้ช่วยศาสตราจารย์ดร.ขยานีเชบุญพันธ์ and ดร.รุชดีเบนหมันนะคะ ดร.วิทยวัฒน์นะคะเหมธานนท์ and last but not least อาจารย์ละพัสวัฒน์นะคะสุขผลกุลนันท์ค่ะ from our Faculty of Management Science. Big congratulations to the project that is great recognition. And then we have like another bunch of the award recipient, okay? We have also the what you call it, allow me to speak in Thai, to be exact the word of the
Sure.
award นะคะรางวัลยกย่องเชิดชูเกียรติพี่เลี้ยงอาจารย์ใหม่ or in English we call honorable award for the new academia mentor นะคะ in the year of 2022 นะคะ we have อาจารย์รองศาสตราจารย์นะคะ associate professor Dr. ศิริลักษณ์บางโชคดีนะคะ and also รองศาสตราจารย์ Dr. มัทนาชัยสุทธิพันธ์ค่ะ So they are the greatest mentor. Congratulations as well, Naka. And we also have the this is you, Ajahn Game. You receive couple of awards as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. The first award, Naka, you receive as the best paper award, ใช่ไหมคะอาจารย์ from the 11th PSU Trang National and the first international conference on research, ใช่ไหมคะ So congratulations,
Thank you. Thank you.
Was this the project where you had the BBA students do their research papers on, correct?
Yes, right, correct.
Good. Yeah, actually, I had one of the groups as my advisee, so and they did quite well. So yeah, and I'm also very glad that our BBA students got the opportunity to present it at this conference, because I think it's something that they have not really been able to do that much before, but so this is was a really good opportunity for them.
I know. Ajahn Game received 2 awards. The second one is the best oral presentation. I know. This is the another greatest one, because he also received the award together with Ajahn Kanchana Jongpakdi and our previous speaker, our previous guest from previous episode.
Right.
Yeah, congratulations, Ajahn Game.
Thank you.
Yeah, and followed by another award, the Outstanding Researcher Award. These faculty members received actually two awards as well. One is Outstanding Researcher Award, and another one received award as a Best Reviewer Award for the International Journal of Public Administration. The one who received the award was Associate Professor Dr. Visanu Pong Nakha. He always the best of the best, always keep on receiving the great recognitions Nakha in international level. Wow, consider like my role model as well Nakha. And not yet finished, everybody. I said 21 awards, right? Just now, maybe I'm just gonna cover like several more. Okay. Another one, we actually recently 2 of our faculty members get the academic title promoted as assistant professor. The first one is Professor. Now I call her as Assistant Professor Dr. Daronika Supanti, our Ajahn Bua, as well. She received Assistant Professor now. Yay, congratulations. And also another lecturers, we call her now as Assistant Professor Dr. Rachita. Congratulations, girls. Yay. So next will be Ajahn Arno become assistant professor in the next round. Okay, we are looking forward for that too. Okay.
The amount of times that we've had a conversation about this.
All right. So just now we're talking about all the academic staff, the one who receive awards, right? Recognitions. Now it's also our professional staff who are now become an actual professional level, like in Thai we call ตำแหน่งชำนาญการ the one who get promoted as ตำแหน่งชำนาญการนะคะ we have like 3 members who receive this นะคะ the first one คุณอนุวัฒน์นะคะคุณอนุวัฒน์พัฒนเชียรนะคะ and นางสาวปานทิพย์นะคะพดุงจิตเกษมนะคะ and คุณหัตถยรัตน์นะคะลิมอรุณวงศ์นะคะ congratulations to all 3. Yes, good job. Our faculty members are really what you call consider like they have like a capabilities and top-notch quality of performance as well. I can guarantee, because I work with most of them, and they're doing pretty good job, and they deserve this. Okay. And last but not least, everybody, Actually, I can't catch my breath now. Okay, last but not least, we have the recognition of our students as well. Total of 36 students that received the outstanding, considered like outstanding award, like activists, what do you call that one? Student Leaders Award, and also the most high recognition awards as a student leader. So we would like to just congratulate maybe just for the Nasadi no, just the most outstanding one, who is named Nai Thitiporn Na Nakorn, the student from Public Administration Program. Good job, really good for public administration. Congratulations. So I just would like to say, this is all about the achievement first for now. I just would like to say that this is where the point that PSU try to point out the striving of the benefit of mankind. Okay, PSU is actually try to continue uphold the first university, right, guys? You want to be in the first university in the South, right? The top university in the South. In order to doing all that, so this is what the performance that recognize their outstanding performance for the meaningful societal and economical development by focusing on the developing these human resources, both our academic staff, professional staff, or even our students as well in southern region. Okay, so I just like to really give a heads off for those who receive the award. This is not easy. Okay, and be part of the great achievement, as in giving out great recognition for our institution to be #1 in southern Thailand. So big hand for our Faculty of Management Science members and also Prince of Songkla University family. Okay, now just like to update one more news, okay, last thing from me. Okay. I just like to share to the audience, and also would like to inform those who actually follow our PSU Hatyai Global Business and Faculty of Management Science. We have discussed about ASSB before, what's all about, right? I know, yeah, we have shared to the audience before. So this time, I just like to share that we recently welcome our ASSB mentor, like our own mentor, who actually come here, visiting us here to assess our readiness. Okay, so recently we have a Professor Dr. Paul Mattinson from the Antwerp Management School, Belgium. He fly all the way, okay, to us, about 22 hours, 22 hours on flight to see our school, whether we are ready to be, to be up to the level of ASSB standard or not. So apparently, it's actually, we have done so many essential productive meetings, activities with our faculty, executive team, and also the university president's team as well. Okay, so we pretty much having a successful visit by Professor Paul, because we received a lot of suggestion and great insights about what we have to move forward towards the getting accreditation. We received like more than 1,000 suggestions, not 100, more than 100. So I would say 1,000. We have to do 1,000 things, and we definitely will be definitely on the right track. That's a good thing to hear, that Professor Dr. Paul give us a great encouragement that our Faculty of Management Science is actually getting close, okay, to that journey to get the ASSB accreditation process done. It's not that hard, but it's not that easy. So each, Arno would like to say something.
I think the most important, or the most valuable experience that we got from this, or most valuable feedback, is that we are able to see where we're going now, right? I think you gave us some direction. And direction is something that we needed, specifically in terms of understand, or having each stakeholder, key stakeholder, understand what their role is in ASCSB accreditation. And I myself, going through all these meeting minutes over the course of the past few days, learned quite a lot as well. And I think the value that he brought is truly very, very important for us to become accredited. And having him here, I think specifically you and me spent a lot of time with him. He's truly a very special person, and get to really see how motivated he is to help us become accredited.
So that's it, guys. FMS will continue on our path for the greater future accomplishment. This is only several highlights, as I said, okay, out of all the achievement that we have done. So next would be the business vocabulary with Ajahn Arno.
Vocabulary list.
To talk about and was catching everyone up of regarding what our faculty has been achieving over the course of the past few months, and also how well our staff, and whether that is our professional staff or academic staff, has been doing. And for me, once again, that's just really amazing to see. So now we move on to our next session. As we usually do, we're going to have a look at some vocabulary and phrases related to today's topics, which is enhancing entrepreneurship, or the enhancement of entrepreneurs. And I chose to pick a few terms that's very much buzz terms for 2023 in terms of entrepreneurship and what we've been experiencing in the first quarter of 2023, and the way that the world is seeing specifically technology's role in entrepreneurship. And technology's role in entrepreneurship has never been as important as it is today. We know about the AI trends, Web 3.0, fintech trends that's been talked about by massive people in the space of business and innovation, and specifically entrepreneurship. So we'll have a look at our terms as per usual. I'll read the term and the definition, or the term and the definition, and I'll ask the rest of our panel to give us their take on this specific term. So the first term that we'll be looking at today is the term circular economy, certainly a buzzword of 2022 and 2023. So what does that circular economy mean? A circular economy is a model of production and consumption which involves sharing, reusing, repairing, and recycling existing materials and products as long as possible. So Ajahn Game, when you think of the term circular economy, what comes to mind?
Okay, actually for circular economy, what I think now, based on my field of study in marketing, actually we start this idea long time ago that we know in the name of green marketing, right? We are trying to put the product or services that can help or can save the environment. So after a decade, I guess now after a decade, the circular economy already approached into the business world. And actually this one is just like about how we can save our environment based on our consumption. So we need to consume our resource safely, and if we not protect our environment, so what we gonna face is like the global warming or some other bad situation that I think we feel it now for the global warming.
Specifically
it's
now,
quite
right?
hot. Right, it's quite hot, very warm. I can say warm and hot like the hell nowadays in Hatyai, right? So
Right.
this is why the circular economy need to be implemented in any field of business, I can say.
Definitely, and specifically also in terms of entrepreneurship, right? If you want to start your business, sustainability is one of the first aspects that you need to think about, right? So, so this is very much relevant to those who are thinking about starting their own businesses in the future, right? Right now, if you look at what's happening in Western countries with the taxes that's being imposed on businesses that are not applying sustainability, right? They find themselves in trouble. So even to the whole, if you're any business, big or small, need to consider circular economy and how it affects them. So good. Thank you very much, Miguel. You explained that very well. Right. Next, we have Web 3.0, Web 3.0. What is the definition of Web 3.0? 3.0 represents the next iteration of or phase of the evolution of the web or internet, built upon the core concepts of decentralization, openness, and greater user utility. Ajahn Ying, when you think about Web 3.0, what comes to mind?
Repeat the definition that you have one more time, please.
So it's the next generation of the internet, represents the next iteration or phase of the evolution of the internet, built upon the core concepts of decentralization, openness, and greater user utility. So, for example, let me give the example sentence that I have here. A decentralized internet is inevitable in the future, with a perfect example being blockchain adoption becoming increasingly popular among businesses big and small. Think about supply chain, how blockchain is influencing areas such as supply chain, such as the way that businesses run their financials and so on. Think about Web 3.0 and how this is going to change the way that they operate. So yeah, I think I'll take that one, and then we can move on to the next one, which is AI, artificial intelligence. Okay, the ability of digital computer or computer-controlled robots to perform tasks commonly associated with intelligent beings. Ajahn Ying, when you think about the term AI, what comes to mind?
Well, for entrepreneurship, AI is going to be a big part in the future, because we see it as an opportunity, right, for the business. Because in entrepreneurship, we need an entrepreneur, an individual who will see opportunities, and then they can use this AI as a tool to develop their business. Yeah, and results and the outcome will be better in the future with a lower cost. Yeah, so that would be a great opportunity. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Ajahn. 100%. I mean, specifically, if you think about how the term AI has been thrown around in Q1 of 2023, right? With ChatGPT and these applications that are coming out that are essentially doing people's work for them, right? Yeah, I believe it is an opportunity. A lot of people see it as a threat, but I truly believe there's an opportunity. If you truly know how to utilize these applications, right, you have an opportunity to set yourself apart from your competitors. And right now, if you look at the way that people are communicating on content communities such as Twitter, on YouTube, and so on, and how people are actually seeing opportunities in applications such as ChatGPT, it's truly amazing what can happen. But on the other hand, a lot of people are being threatened because a lot of people might be put out of work because of these applications.
Yes.
That depends. And entrepreneurs always have to think about opportunity and risk, right? So those who see it as an opportunity will truly benefit from these technologies, right? Thank you very much for your
input. Can I add more?
Yes,
can I add more from Ajahn Ying? Okay. Actually, I refer to the previous vocab too, like the Web 3.0, because actually previously we are in the situation of Web 2.0, right? So the 2.0, it just like a user-generated website. So you just use the user to generate the content on your website, instead of Web 1.0 that the owner is the one who generates the content. However, in Web 3.0 is more flexible than that everyone can join into the web, and the website is more benefit than the previous version. And when we merge together between Web 3.0 and AI, so we can see a lot of benefit from ChatGPT, as what Ajahn Arno already give us the example. I have a case to tell you the story, because just today I just give the case study for marketing plan for the BBA student, and I asked them to ask ChatGPT on describe the marketing situation for milk tea in Thailand, and the result is wonderful. That this chat can give us a huge of information around the world. They totally inform students the situation of milk tea and specifically into Thailand. And when we change the word to be cha chak, what the situation for cha chak in Hatyai, you know, they try to relate between milk tea and cha chak all together. However, the limitation is like this ChatGPT is still limit to present the number of market size, but for general description is, I can say, perfect and useful for student as the guideline.
Definitely, and I think it's going to take a few more years before it'll get to that point where they actually are able to derive enough data to be able to make your full marketing plan, right? Actually,
right. And you know, I just try to use just ChatGPT to draft the course for my student. I just asked, okay, next semester I'm gonna teach consumer behavior. What the curriculum for the consumer behavior in the next decade? You know, they show me 5 modules in order to teach students. First, the basic fundamental concept for consumer behavior, blah, blah, with a very useful theory, you know, and until the end, that the last module, how to implement the consumer behavior theory into the marketing plan, blah, blah. Very surprised. That's useful.
Very, very accurate. Yeah. And I think about, I mean, as I said, there's a tool you can use to your advantage. That's, I think we get Ajahn Giem's examples of perfect in terms of how you use these AI tools to your advantage. It's not only in entrepreneurship, but in academics as well. So thank you very much. I think Web 3.0 is something that we really need to pay attention to over the next 5 to 10 years, specifically because I think you mentioned the open source software, open source, a decentralization, centralization specifically, where you have multiple people having a say or building on these Web 3.0 applications. So thank you very much for that, Ajahn Giem. All right, next one that we have is one that I believe is already being in the process of taking over, and that is financial technology or fintech growth. So let's have a look at what is the definition. Fintech is used to describe new technology that seeks to improve and automate the delivery and use of financial services. Ajahn Ying, when you think about fintech, right? I believe this is something that you studied before, right? What comes to mind when you think of fintech?
I would say it's very useful, and it's gonna change the whole industry of finance. Yeah.
Definitely, specifically with the introduction of blockchain, right? I think blockchain is going to have a massive influence, already has a massive influence. I think you can probably realize that I'm a big fan of blockchain, yeah, based on the fact that I've brought it up 3 or 4 times now. But the banking system, the banks, the central banks of many countries are thinking about starting a CBDC, right? It's a central bank digital currency, right? Which will be run on the blockchain. Now, there's quite a lot of controversy around this because if you create a CBDC, then the government can essentially track every single transaction you make. That means they have some level of control over your money. Now, luckily, Thailand said no to this about a year ago. They said no because this is too much of an invasion in people's privacy, right? You can track everything on the blockchain and essentially also block their transactions and so on. But in Western countries, they're 100%. It's the ball's rolling, yeah. In China, they've already had pilot projects. In America, they've already had pilot projects, and in Europe, there's also a few countries. So this is essentially inevitable. I would highly recommend that you do not adopt or you use CBDCs because I mean it's a massive invasion of privacy. But on the other hand, crypto and digital assets, as we see with the Bitcoin price today at $30,000, yeah, compared to other assets, it's literally performing better than any other asset class at this very moment, where which I think says a lot about the industry, and which also could mean that cryptocurrency adoption might be quite rapid in the near future. So fintech is definitely something that to keep an eye on. And if you're an entrepreneur, there's once again an opportunity for you to adopt these type of asset classes or these type of fintech technologies to your advantage before your competitors do. Yeah. All right, next one and last one, video content growth. The definition, the growth of video content in regards to marketing and public relations activities. Ajahn Nana, when you think about the term video content growth, what comes to mind? It's very, very prominent in 2023, right?
Yeah, pretty much is supplementing the marketing strategies as well. This is maybe PKM will actually add on later on why is that important for the entrepreneur in terms of the market their product and services and utilize the video content as well. So I would say the major benefits creating the video content is the how you like to engage your customer, consumer audience, whoever you want them to have interest towards you. So in this era, okay, or you're just talking of the whole technology or AI or even any platform at all in this new world, actually embed with the video contents that will create much more like friendly and easy to access, and everybody will catch the attention towards what you do as well. So I think it's important platform that you actually select this vocab, I don't know, because it is very vital in our life now. Our phone pretty much when you want to browse anything now have to actually engage with the video contents inside there. Okay, even what we're doing right now, what we're doing now.
100%.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But actually, what I can add more to Ajahn Nana, I can say that nowadays people not buy the product or service itself.
Yeah.
They buy the content,
100%.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you have a good content, whatever product or service is, you can be rich now. But if you have a very excellent product without content, no lah, there is no place for you nowadays.
100%. If you think about any business that if you don't have a YouTube channel, you are falling behind your competitors, right? Every single business, major businesses in the world, they have a YouTube channel. So think about the adoption of TikTok. I cannot stand TikTok. I think it's completely and utterly detrimental to society, but it is taking over the way that we consume information, specifically the younger generations. Not even the younger generation. It's also making its way into older generation, right?
Sure.
If I just look at how it's influencing people my age now, which I find very concerning, it's something to pay attention to. And I think these short form video content is only going to increase in popularity over the course of the next 5 to 10 years. YouTube was essentially the catalyst, right? And then the others followed. So yeah, thank you very much, everyone. I think that's it for our session. We had a look at a few terms that's very influential in terms of how we look at entrepreneurship in 2023 and beyond. We looked at the term circular economy, Web 3.0, AI, artificial intelligence, financial technology or fintech, and video content growth. So that's it for my section of the podcast. We can move on to the next one.
Vocabulary list.
So thank you, Ajahn Arno,ครับ, and say hi to everyone again,นะครับ. So now it's my turn. Welcome everyone to the next chapter,นะครับ, for this podcast is Biz Talk with Ajahn Game,นะครับ. Today we have a special guest that everyone already meet her previously,นะครับ. So may I introduce you to Dr. Thitiporn Na Nakorn,นะครับ, again. Okay. Ajahn Ying,ครับ, could you please introduce yourself to our audience again, please?
Hi everyone, I am Ajahn Ying from the Faculty of Management Science, same as everyone here in the room. My expertise is in entrepreneurship, innovation, and strategies.
Yeah, so today we will talk about the entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. Actually, Ajahn Arno is the specialist in this field too,นะครับ. So Ajahn Arno, you can discuss and you can share your idea together,นะครับ.
I look forward to it. It's definitely one of my favorite topics of discussion.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, in my opinion, no, most of people still think that entrepreneur or entrepreneurship is the word that imply in business only. But in my opinion, this is just my opinion. I think that entrepreneur or entrepreneurship is not in business only. It can be generalized to many situations or many career or occupation too. We can have the entrepreneurship. So in general, at first, in order to begin our discussion, I just want อาจารย์หญิง and อาจารย์ Arno, maybe if you can นะครับ can give us some definition, the real definition of entrepreneurship. What is the definition of entrepreneurship?
Okay, so I will start, but Ajahn, you can add me, okay? So basically, in the literature, there are so many definitions for entrepreneurship. It has changed from time to time, and today we cannot deny that entrepreneurship is involved with innovation. And so entrepreneurship is like action. It's the action, it's a process of an individual, or you can say it's the action of an entrepreneur who see opportunities from any situation, and then trying to create new ideas and turning these ideas into real business and of course make money. Yeah. So that's the definition by the books and the literature. But based on my understanding, entrepreneurship is not just the creation of new business. I see entrepreneurship as a skill set, like your swimming skill, your driving skill, your language skill, which can be applied in any sections, any sectors. Yeah. So I would say entrepreneurship has degrees, has levels. So if you want to go to the extreme level, you can become an entrepreneur. But if you just want to have entrepreneurship as a skill, so you can have this entrepreneurial mindset and develop characteristics that help you to be like a productive person. Yeah, which many organizations, many employers wish to have an employee to have this entrepreneurial mindset today. Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite clear. Ajahn, I know you have anything to add?
I mean, I couldn't have defined it better myself. I think Ying touched upon all the key points. It's innovation driven. I think one thing that stands out for me in terms of entrepreneurship is not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Like if you're a small business owner, it doesn't make you an entrepreneur. When you think about entrepreneurship, you think about newness, innovation, creating something was never there before, or improving a product or service that needs improvement. Yeah. So I think one of the key associations with becoming an entrepreneur is creating something new, whether that is out of nothing or whether that is improving an already existing product or service. The characteristics of entrepreneurs, one key characteristic that I believe entrepreneur should have is he or she should be a leader. You need to be able to inspire, motivate, be able to motivate people to believe in your vision. Because if you're unable to do so, I don't believe you're an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone that can motivate, inspire. There's a very good reason why Elon Musk is who he is. A very good reason why Richard Branson is who he is. There's a very good reason why the owner of Bitcoin, Top, I believe his name is who he is. It's because they inspire those around them, right? And they also have a very clear, very strong communication skills, being able to communicate with these key stakeholders and utilizing them to benefit your idea into becoming a full-fledged, successful business in the future.
Yeah, that's very clear. So actually, if we're talking about the key term of defining the entrepreneurship is include innovation, opportunity, idea, leadership, something like that, right? So that I think that all of entrepreneurship mindset, Ajahn Nana have this entrepreneurship mindset too, because as we observe from Ajahn Nana characters, Ajahn Nana is quite have a very, how can I say, try to innovate the new thing, right? So try to depends on her jobs and try to refresh and think the new thing, put something else, blah blah whatever นะครับ in order to improve the thing to be better. So I think that this should be a very good example of entrepreneurship, right?
100%.
But we can see that อาจารย์นานา is not the business woman ใช่ไหม อาจารย์นานา is not the business woman. So it is come to the next question that is the entrepreneurship only for the entrepreneur or the businessman in general or not? If not, how entrepreneurship will be applied to others besides the business? อาจารย์หญิงครับ
You want me to answer it? Okay, so here's my answer to it. I think there are two very distinct sectors that we see entrepreneurship in
right.
very prominently, and that is in the government, the public sector, and also in the
Right.
social society. The government itself is an entrepreneur, right? It's entrepreneurship. It's called public entrepreneurship. So the government function as an entrepreneur. They have to find innovative ways to improve their communities, right? Generate income through taxes and so forth, right? So the government itself can also be seen as an entrepreneur. Some governments are good entrepreneurs and some governments aren't very good entrepreneurs. So if you think about the most innovative countries in the world, you think about Singapore, you think about Germany, you think about what other country can you think of that's very innovative, right? Taiwan, or Hong Kong and so forth. Korea, yes, Korea, Japan, exactly. Sorry.
Right.
These are countries that function very well as public entrepreneurs. The way that the infrastructures, the way that they deal with their people and so forth. On the other hand, you have countries that are not necessarily very good entrepreneurs. I'm not going to go into who they are, but I think that's a very important characteristic or a type of entrepreneurship that we should always also take into account.
Yes. อาจารย์หญิงครับ what do you think that is entrepreneurship is only for business? If not, so how other people can apply the entrepreneurship into their career?
Okay, so as I explained previously, I see entrepreneurship as a skill set. So like anyone can swim if you go practicing, right? So same as entrepreneurship. So if you participate in some activities and you set goals, you're trying to install this kind of characteristics and entrepreneur mindset, of course, any individual can have this entrepreneurship. I can give another example, like you can swim, right? And if you want to go like extreme level, you go to Olympics. But if you just want to have this swimming skill, like just to survive, right, in like a danger situation, same as entrepreneurship. So if you don't want to go to the extreme level, you don't need to become a business owner or open up a new startup. But you can share some characteristics of being having this entrepreneurship as a skill set.
So actually entrepreneurship is not only for the business, right? Because what I understand from Ajahn Ying, what I understand is if you want to be if you want to take the most advantage from the entrepreneurship, you can implement in business in order to get some profit or some revenue. But the entrepreneurship can be useful in upgrade your career. That what I understand, right?
Yes, because it improves your capabilities. For example, entrepreneurship helps you have higher confidence. You will be more flexible and responsible. So it helps you become like a very productive person as an employee too.
Okay. And I think that if the entrepreneurship has the meaning like what we discussed previously, the entrepreneurship is not from ตั้งแต่เกิด I don't know what to say from
Okay,
our
like you're born with.
Oh, we do not born with entrepreneurship, like so we get the entrepreneurship after that. So how can people build entrepreneurship for themselves?
Okay, this is actually a long debate in the literature because many researchers, they are trying to say that entrepreneurship is something that you're only born with, but actually it's not, because there are so many statistics saying that an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur today is a first entrepreneur in their family tree. Yeah. So DNA, genes is not something that influence entrepreneurship among individuals. So it can be shaped, it can be built like your muscles, like your skills. Yeah. And then what activities, right? Then you need to go back to have a look at the characteristics of being an entrepreneur. For example, having confidence. So you need to practice how to have high confidence. Yeah, you need to do activities that increase your level of confidence. Yeah.
So, Ajahn Arno, were you born with entrepreneurship?
To be honest, no. I didn't think I was. I mean, I always had a passion for business, but I didn't think I was going to be pushed in the direction of entrepreneurship. So I would say it's very much something that I learned specifically over the course, because I started studying business we started studying it when I was 9 years old in school, right? So like in South Africa specifically. So it's always been something I was interested in. But entrepreneurship specifically, no. Business always, but where over the course of, let's say, past 6-7 years since I've been fully fledged working in this specific field, I've fallen in love with it. And if you really see what entrepreneurs are doing to improve the world, right, improve society around them, I think that is something very special. And I think they are the innovators of our future, and they are the ones that are actively working to make the world a better place. That makes sense. So no. I would say I'm not even. I wouldn't even say that I'm not at that point where I consider myself an entrepreneur yet, but I'm working towards it. So maybe in the course of the next 4 or 5 years, I might be one. But I'm learning slowly but surely, and I'm constantly learning new things. So it's a very good question, and I haven't been asked that question in a long time.
we can learn to be entrepreneur.
Sure, definitely. Completely right in what you said.
Ajahn Nana, were you born with entrepreneurship?
You know what I would say? I would say that I think the entrepreneur is someone who like to search for the opportunities, no matter whether they're gonna scared of being failure or not. As you said that I like to just give a try, innovate something that it make more improvement. I think the entrepreneurship is come from a person with a lifestyle, with the enthusiastic of to do things. So if that person born like that, I think they are partially being entrepreneur, being called as entrepreneur as well. I don't know whether I am right or not, but I feel.
Okay. But however, based on our discussion, I think it is a very good evidence to our audience that actually entrepreneurship is not with our born, right? So we can learn, we can build, we can improve our entrepreneurship, right? That's my point. That's why I try to ask everyone here in order to show the audience that you're not born with entrepreneurship. Come on. So, however, you can learn based on your passion, based on your situation, based on your study. You can learn to be the entrepreneur, and you can get the entrepreneurship into yourself, right? Yes. However, they come to the next question. Without entrepreneurship, what will happen?
Okay.
What if we don't have any of? I think that some students or some people in other career, they're gonna say that I have no entrepreneurship, so what happened to me?
Okay. Well, let me reverse the question a little bit. So what will happen with entrepreneurship? Okay. So there are so many benefits of entrepreneurship.
Right.
For example, it can be a driver of our economy, because if you have this entrepreneurship as a skill set, you'll be a productive person. And of course, if you're productive, the company will get some benefit from your ability, right? And then they can make more sales, they can have more revenue, and that's gonna drive economy. And another one would be, it can increase job opportunities, because let's imagine if you go to the extreme level, you open up a new business, so you welcome new employees, right? You recruit new employees. So this can open up new opportunities for other people. Okay. And also, let's say if you are a company and the company have this entrepreneurship and people in the company have this entrepreneurship as a skill. So they can come up with new improved products and services to end consumer. So we as an end consumer, we get new products to use with somehow lower costs, right? And at the end, the country any country will get benefits too, because any country needs to get like corporate tax, right? And if we become entrepreneur, of course, we need to pay some tax to the country. So yeah, the countries can use our tax as an income to re-improve everything in the country. Yeah, so without entrepreneurship, thing won't happen. Yeah, there are so many benefits.
Essentially shifting entrepreneurship from the private sector to the public sector, right? So you transfer.
Yeah. Okay. So anything you want to add more, Tanano? Without entrepreneurship, what happens?
I mean, without entrepreneurship, we don't have innovation. We don't move forward, right? Entrepreneurs are the innovators of our time. They are the ones that are improving the world. They are the ones that are implementing these sustainability measures that we were talking about. They are the ones that created Web 3.0. They are the ones that created fintech. They are the ones that came up with all of these innovative products that we are using today. Think about social media companies, Facebooks, the Instagrams, the TikToks. They were all created by entrepreneurs. So everything that we do, essentially, the food that we eat, the products that that we use, the cars that we drive, they were invented by entrepreneurs. Yes. So without them, we will fail to move forward as a society. That answers your question.
Thank you. Okay, so that's the importance of the entrepreneurship, right? And one more answer to this question: without entrepreneurship, will our FMS will not happen? Right. Our faculty is here because we have the entrepreneurship, right? And so for our audience, if you want to be entrepreneur and to build your entrepreneurship, to get the entrepreneurship skill, please come to FMS, ใช่ไหมอาจารย์นานา
Yes, please.
Yeah, so in order to guarantee to the audience that you're gonna get the entrepreneurship here from FMS, how do we put the entrepreneurship into student at FMS ครับ and I gonna start from อาจารย์หญิง
Okay, well, we just finished the course, right, อาจารย์นานา?
Yes,
it's called the module, and this is designed specifically for the student to build up this entrepreneurship as a skill. Well, the students have a big opportunity to study with many lecturers from each major, for example, in marketing, in HR, in MICE, in finance, and logistics and supply chain. And then we have activities together. We do workshops, and we have the student writing their business plan. And then they do lots of presentations. And then we're going to have like a sit-in class. And then all the lecturers will come and give comments to help them improve their business plan. And then at the end of the course, the students have the opportunity to really sell their products and services at the event. And then the students get the opportunity to really, communicate with the customers, and challenge the problems that they have on the day that they make revenues. And of course, they need to, overcome the problems by themselves without the lecturers. So I think that's a great opportunity. And then once they finish selling their products, they come back to give the final presentations. And then all our Ajans will again give comments. And then, I think that's a good course that can help the student shape their entrepreneurship skill.
All right. And for international students, Ajahn Arno, how can we put entrepreneurship for the international students?
Specifically our BBA students, correct?
Yes.
Well, I mean, creating entrepreneurs is encouraging creative thinking, right? Creative thinking and critical thinking specifically, So that means giving them a problem and letting them solve that problem by themselves, right? So I would say like creativity or encouraging creativity, encouraging critical thinking is very important, giving them a problem, letting them solve that problem through the creation of a business, are just some of the ways that you can do so. But creating an entrepreneurial mindset, right? That is something that is extremely important. For us as lecturers, it's very important that we facilitate that, yes? It's not something you can force onto someone, you facilitate it. As a lecturer, our jobs have increasingly become more about facilitating, right? So facilitating key discussions about certain problems and then having students solve these problems, through the creation of products and services. I'd say that would be one of the best ways of creating entrepreneurs.
Yes, and we see a lot of evidence from the international student like BBA that after they graduate, they become the entrepreneur. A lot of them, we can say a lot of them, นะครับ And Ajahn Nana, as an administrative team, ครับ how our faculty can guarantee to the audience that if they come to join our FMS, they're gonna get the entrepreneurship skill as return?
Very, very big question. It's like a policy questions as well for me to be able to explain to the audience within 1 minute here. Okay, just so you know that our curriculums, okay, throughout whatever we have now, either BBA, which we call as in Bachelor of Business Administration program, now newly actually revised the curriculum to the Management and Entrepreneurship International Program. Correct me if I'm wrong,
Yes, correct.
And this program come along side by side with the BA, the Thai program as well. But these are not only the keywords that the name of the program show that how we offer for the business administration, but of these majority of our courses actually have the expected learning outcome that really embed, like incorporate the skills, attributes, and also the knowledge that we interject the entrepreneurship mindset into of all the curriculum and most of the courses. I wouldn't say all the courses, but most of the courses will need to have this as a compulsory element that our curriculum should actually, produce. This is what we offer so far. Previously, we offered that, and we actually embed even more and more. We want to make sure that these expected learning outcomes actually align with our mission of our faculty as well, because we try to produce the graduates to become like a great entrepreneur, get managers, even great, the executive in the futures. Okay, so Ajahn Game, this is what I can say as part of administration and also the quality assurance team. We try to make sure that to ensure that when we assess the learning outcome or even the individual student, we want to make sure that students have this element in there. We want to make sure that we have each independent like entrepreneur, okay, and also the organizational entrepreneur. We call it a social entrepreneur as well. We do have this order. So this is what I just like to leave about how our faculties really emphasize and give so much importance on this entrepreneurship ค่ะ
Thank you ครับอาจารย์นานา for a very valuable information to guarantee that our FMS will encourage every student to be the entrepreneur and have entrepreneurship as their skill. Okay, so for the audience, if you want to be the entrepreneur and want to get the entrepreneurship skill, why not join FMS family? Right? Thank you อาจารย์หญิงนะครับ for today's session ครับ and thank you everyone for joining our discussion ครับ and this is with talk with อาจารย์เกมนะครับ see you next time ครับ